Okay, I know paper clutter can be kind of scary. Yeah, enough with the music. We get it, it's scary. But today we are decluttering this nightmare. But first, I think I may need to phone a friend. Not that one. Yeah, that's better. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna try and keep this concise because you know I like to talk. This is my filing cabinet. You know those piles that linger everywhere and you're like, I don't even really know what is in this pile. Like I have an idea, but I don't know for sure what's in there. Every single drawer is like a wheelbarrow full of those kinds of piles. Let me show you what I mean. A handmade coloring book that my grandmother made for each one of my kids. And then I have school pictures. And then I have these, which, let's just be honest, they don't look like snowmen. And then like stuff that could have been, this could go in my memory bin. Yeah, every single drawer looks like this. Every one of them. So here's the problem. I really do have a lot of paper to store because like our two older boys are on IEPs. They have a lot of paperwork. I really do need to maintain these in the event that we have some type of like legal action in the future because of their special needs. If we wanted to pursue like different types of benefits or services or, you know, whatever it may be, I don't even know. That's kind of the other part of it is I'm sort of hanging on to this stuff for a potential event in the future, but it's not the same. It's not quite the same as a, like, I'm keeping this curling iron just in case my hair's long enough to use it in the future. It's not the same as that. I really do have to hang on to these things. How do I even go through all of this? Do I just totally pull every single thing out and spread it out on the dining room table? That feels like an absolute nightmare. But I also, I don't know. I'm just totally stumped and I'm really frustrated.
Hey Mary Beth, I am so glad to hear that the paper system has been working. That just makes my heart so happy. And so it's awesome that you're getting the everyday paper under control in your house. But yes, then the next step is all of the paper we've been keeping and storing. And so here's what I would recommend with your file cabinet. Will you try out the paper sorting categories that we have? There's 5 or 6. I'm trying to picture the printable in my head. I can send it to you if you don't have it. Will you just humor me? And probably your dining room table is the best place to do it. Will you try doing one drawer at a time and sorting it into those categories and then dealing with each category on its own? Will you let me know if that feels manageable? Because right now it's a mishmash of stuff like you showed, and that is just so hard and stressful. But I think once we start to break it into these categories, and again, remember Cass's rule, like we don't create subcategories, like everything has to, like you force fit it into one of those categories. And then that's your initial sort. And then from there, then you can go a little bit deeper on each category. But I'd be curious how that goes for you. And then finally, with the stuff that you do have to file, like you said, progress reports and different things like that, I would recommend having broad categories and you have to put the year on them. So maybe for each child, you have like, for your youngest, you have a folder for him with his name on it, the school year, and then everything from this school year goes into there. It doesn't matter if it's a progress report or an IEP or something else like that. Everything goes in there. We're going to do broad categories because like you said, you're not for sure if you're going to revisit this stuff again or not. So as long as it's divided by child and year, I think you're going to be fine. And then anything else that you're coming across, again, broad categories, put the year on it. So at least we know when this stuff is expiring. Can you imagine if you went to your file cabinet now and there was a year on everything? It would make it so much easier, right? You'd be like, 2011. I don't need that, right? Gone, shred, right? So at a minimum, put the year on it, use broad categories, and you're gonna be just fine. All right, I'm curious to see how this goes, and I hope this helps.
Okay, so I'm gonna take Dawn's suggestion. I'm going to get my 5 categories set up right here on my kids' Lego table, their like little work table. I'm gonna set my categories up. I really only need to go through 3 of these drawers. So the top drawer pretty much doesn't have anything in it. My husband already went through that. It's just a bunch of empty folders, which are going to be really helpful later on. The bottom drawer is pretty much all of my husband's stuff, and I'm not even going to touch it. But I know these middle 3 drawers are the ones that actually need the work. They're the scariest. But we're getting rid. Stop already. We know we're not doing the fear. We're not going to let the fear overtake us in this. So I'm going to get my categories set up, and then I am just going to start working through these one by one. Is it a new day? Yes. Yes, it is. Why is it a new day? And I'm just getting to this task that I literally started yesterday afternoon. Well, because it's summertime, my kids often need guidance and direction. And this table that I'm getting ready to work on is actually pretty central to keeping them sort of separated when they need to be. And yesterday afternoon was a need to be. So I have got my categories printed here. I'm about to cut these, lay them all out on this table, and start working on these drawers. Sometimes you just have to use what you can find. So I already have a bag of trash going here because my kids started cleaning off some of their stuff. And so I am going to put my trash label right over here. But I already have a bag ready to go. So here's my before. As you can see, I have all of my labels set here. And let's start sorting. So this is drawer number 1. Okay, I've run into a problem. This does not fit any of my paper categories. This is my son's. This needs to go somewhere else entirely. I think I need a does not belong category. Or maybe I put that into action because I have to go take it somewhere when I'm done. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, so this is just out of the one drawer. You can see, watch out, Gunner. These are just empty file folders and some empty hanging files. 1 drawer down, 2 to go. Okay, so I definitely have more memory stuff than what I thought that I would. And I don't want to get caught up going through all of that. I have kind of a filter that I run our sentimental items through, and I want to handle those separately because otherwise I'll get bogged down in the sentimental items and I won't actually finish filing all of this paperwork. So I also kind of on the fly modified the action category, mostly because this filing cabinet has sort of acted as its own time will tell bin. And there's nothing in this filing cabinet that actually requires action right now. We don't keep it in there. We keep it over here where we're using our everyday filing processing system. So the action category here, I made into a, like, this doesn't live here and it can't live here. So that's the action I'm gonna take, is to rehome it, take it where it goes. Yeah, and then I've got some reference stuff, which again, most of this I think I will be able to just purge. But as I was sorting things coming out of the filing cabinet, I wanted to get it into a category, and then I'll handle each one of those categories. And so far I have no short-term storage that came out of out of this drawer. So I have plenty of room though to be now going through this pile of long-term storage, because I know that this drawer is the one that I want to have house all of those things. So I can, for the sake of today, because we have dinner reservations here in a couple of hours, I am going to put that stuff, I'm just going to set it back in that drawer, and I'm going to put the memory stuff in a separate box that I will put where our memory bins are, and then we'll have to work through sentimental items in an upcoming video. And then I'm going to go on to the next drawer and sort that. I want to try and get as much at least sorted as I can right now, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here is drawer number 2. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all, like sidewalk chalk. Why? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm also going to put my AirPods in and listen to some good music while I'm doing this, so that I feel a little bit more motivated, because already I'm not that far into this and I don't want to do this anymore. So my mom just took my kids over to a friend's house to play on a water slide, and my husband is running around getting ready for vacation. And so I'm going to lose myself in some really good music and get this done. Also, don't forget to stay hydrated. This is a rubber band that has been in there so long, it no longer rubber bands. There's little baby Mary Beth. That's gotta be Christmas. Oh, what, 2001? Y'all know I'm kidding. Okay, so this is exactly what I was afraid of. Look at this. Do you see that? That's a shoebox inside of a filing cabinet drawer full of who knows what. I don't know. Oh, is this? Like, why? This is what I'm saying. Why? This is about wine, and not the kind that I'm doing over having to deal with this drawer. Not that kind of wine, a different kind of wine. Oh, okay, this is a bunch of random stuff. Some of this is memories. Oh yeah, because see those? My grandma made those for me. They used to sit on a shelf. Like, these are the things that used to decorate my little 5th grade bedroom. Oh yes, prom. Yep. I'm just going to take this entire box and call this memory. Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. Okay, so that second to last drawer is actually the one with all of my husband's stuff in it. So I can't show you what's in there. But the bottom drawer has now become a mystery drawer. Plot twist, y'all. Plot twist. Okay, so what I thought was in the second to bottom drawer is actually in the bottom drawer. So, 1 more drawer. Hey, Brian. Yeah. Do we need a Poblano's receipt from 2016?
Good, but I doubt
it. You don't want to return our Mexican food from, what, 7 years ago?
No, probably not.
Okay. There is so much random stuff in here. Okay, so that drawer is empty now. And this is what I have left. So most of that, well, I can't point it because now it's not going to focus for you guys. But anyway, this time will tell or reference pile, I think, is mostly stuff that can end up being shredded. I just want my husband to go through that before I do it because he is more of our like financial guru. That's his expertise, and he'll know what he wants to keep out of that stuff better than I do, because right now I want to take everything on this table and just chuck it in the trash, which is not the best decision either. So I do need to go through some of it. Hello, Gunner. But I am going to put the papers for my kids in that bin, nope, in that drawer. And I'm also going to use this bottom drawer for our memory stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that because then I'll forget about it again, which is how it got in here in the first place. But I can't go through all of it right now. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to pick this up tomorrow or in a few seconds for you. Well, here we are, day 3 of the battle with the filing cabinet. Yeah, it looks like a huge mess behind me. It's really not. It's just a couple of piles. So I have a memory bin pile. That stuff I'm going to sort through another time. We're going to talk a little bit more about memory bins here in a minute. And then I've got the pile of stuff that we have to keep for our kids for their IEPs and all their school stuff that we may need. I've got our like time will tell, like this category of stuff that I'm pretty sure we're going to throw most of it away, but I need my husband to go through it. And then I have this stuff that doesn't belong here and needs to go to its home or to another home. But I want to check in with my husband quick before I actually go through some of this stuff. And just in case you're wondering who has the cutest dog ever, it's me. Look at him holding his little chicken. So cute.
Oh, yep. Looks like work stuff.
Well, there's not that much in there. I think it'll be easy for you to go through.
Yeah, I'll probably just take it to work.
That would be a good
Good
idea.
place for
That
it.
would be a good idea. Those are empty. Well, that one's not. I put some of that stuff.
So that one better not be.
No, that's just like taxes and stuff.
Good job.
So, can you talk with me for a minute about some of this stuff?
I'm kind of busy right now.
Okay.
Gotta pay the bills, milk the goats,
Seriously though, like
run a
come talk
5K.
with me about some of this stuff.
Should I watch this or this?
This.
But I want to watch this.
I know. Don't. People put that in the comments. Look at the camera.
Yep.
You're going to do that interview style where you're like looking off at someone else. You
Yes.
know, they're like,
Yes.
I was there that night when they did those things and it was crazy. Okay, so, I've gone through the filing cabinet, right?
I've heard.
And there is a stack of stuff. It's like right behind us. I need you to go through that stuff. I think most of it is just going to be shredded. It's a lot of just random stuff that I actually think it's off of our countertops and we just piled it and shoved it in this drawer because people were coming over. Hence the 2016 Mexican food receipt.
I was going to take that back.
You can't take it back now. It's gone. So the other thing I need for you to deal with, and you don't have to do it today, is that second from the bottom drawer has a bunch of stuff, I think, from when you were working from home. And I don't know if it needs to stay here anymore, but I also don't want to go through any of it because it's your stuff. So I'm going to respect your boundary
Thank you.
and let you do the work.
I appreciate it greatly.
And then the other stuff that I cleaned out of here is from like stuff that needs to go in a memory bin. Is that stuff that you want to go through with me, or do you just want to kind of defer to me to make decisions? A lot of it is like kids' art projects and stuff like that.
I'll defer to you.
Okay, I figured so, but I wanted to ask. It's important that I include you in this process, right?
Oh, yeah. Very important.
Please let the folks know at home that I'm not making you do this against your will.
I'm not being held against my will.
Not cool, man. Not cool. Okay, so we're getting ready to go on vacation next week. And I really do not want to sort through all of these categories right now. And I think this video is getting long enough. So I am going to stack the rest of those papers just like I did with our other drawer. I'm going to stack the rest of those papers in that drawer. And when we get back from vacation, I'm going to create the file system. And my plan, even as I was going through those, Dawn had this idea to sort them by child and year.
Yeah, well, that's a good
So
idea.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got a ton of hanging files and a bunch of regular files, and I'm just going to sort them first by child and then by year in those piles, but I'll do that another time. And that's stuff that it's just got a lot of personal information, so I can't really share that with you guys. And then the memory stuff, I think that may be our next video, is to go through memory bins. Do you have a memory bin?
It's all right here.
Not those
Every bit of it.
Not those kinds of memories.
No.
Do you know what a memory bin is?
Yes.
Do you want a memory bin?
I don't know. Well, I mean, what would I do with it? Stick it under my bed? Our bed?
Well, when you put it like that. It's just a nice place to store some of those things that you don't know.
I call that the garage.
Yeah, that's true. Our garage is like one big memory bin. Oh, and then I have this other pile of stuff that has to go other places. So maybe we can sort through some of that real quick before we wrap up for the day.
Okay. Okay.
Is that one of the things that's hard for you to get rid of too?
No, I'm fine with it.
That's why we have a lot of this stuff.
Yes, I do have trouble with paper. It's easier to stick it someplace out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. But do we need most of it?
I don't know. I needed that receipt from Mexican from 2016, but
See, that you would put that in a memory bin. Remember that wonderful
I had a
meal
gas
we
receipt
had?
from 2002 when gas was $1 and something.
Like recently?
No, it was
Oh.
a year or two ago.
Where did you find that?
In my stuff
And the stuff.
in the garage.
That's funny. Well, thank you so much for watching today. If you want to do a little more decluttering, I have a playlist right up here on the screen that you can click to go, I don't know where it'll be, to go room by room through your home. Thanks again for watching, and until we see you again, keep fighting the good fight.